Guys, hello. So I just did my first live on Instagram, and I was going to try to download it and bring it over on this side, but this beginning of the video, the sound wasn't that great. My first live on IG. I'm learning, guys. So I figured I'd do something here. I think I probably have more followers here than I do on Instagram. So question is, what do I do if I am around when ICE comes to arrest someone or there's a raid? Okay, so if you're there and let's say you're in a house and there's a knock on the door and ICE is there to pick somebody up, the person may not be aware of their rights. So if they're not aware of the rights, you can tell them to not open the door, ask them to ask ICE for a judicial warrant, which means it's a warrant that is signed by a judge, not DHS, Department of Homeland Security official, not an ICE official, not a drug enforcement official, because you know they're doing that now, they're using other agencies. You want the warrant to be signed by a judge, and they put that under the door. Don't open the door. They put it under the door, and you send out the person whose name is on that warrant. Only if the name, address matches and it's signed by the judge. All right? You, as an individual, do not walk outside. Tell them, the person who they're there to arrest, to step out the door, and you close the door. All right? Do not invite ICE into your home. Do not invite ICE into your home. You ask the individual that is being arrested to step outside the door. Don't cause any issues. Don't cause any problems. Now, if you're outside, say you're outside and you're around people, right, as we normally are. ICE comes, they're picking somebody up. Since they say they're doing targeted, let's say they're doing the targeted stuff. They see you, they say, hey, you, what's your name? What do? You say, I choose not to speak. Juma Mubarak, sister, how are you? And you say, I have a constitutional right to remain silent, and I have decided not to speak. You don't have to give them your name. You don't have to give them where you live. You don't have to tell them anything about your status. Okay? So otherwise, what happens is what they call collateral arrests. So if people are around who they're not there for and they're able to access the space, they scare people so much that a person starts saying things they should not say, they arrest everybody and they take them. All right? If they want to pick you up without knowing your name, without knowing your status, you call an attorney. You call a lawyer. Make sure you always have something with you, a card, a number to call, either call an attorney or call someone to call an attorney. Okay? Now, you can do that, but you don't have to speak to them. So that's what you do if you're outside and they come to you. Now, if you're outside, they have your name, your information, your address is correct on the judicial warrant, it's a judge that signed it, then, I'm sorry, you really don't have much options. But if you're not, you don't have to. And if you're somebody who is a U.S. citizen like myself, you can record what's happening. You have the freedom to record what's happening. And if you know the person, contact people who might be able to help them. Okay? So just very quick video to answer this question. What happens if you're there, somebody else is being picked up, somebody else is being arrested, and you want to know what you do? So if they start asking you questions, you don't answer. When they stop talking to you, you ask them, are you done? If they say yes, then you ask them, can I leave? If they say yes, you turn around, you walk away slowly. Don't run, don't fight, don't argue. You walk away slowly and you leave the area. Okay? And that's what you do. Be safe out there. I know it's hard, but we'll get through this. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. My website is www.barrielawcenter.com. Email fbarrie@barrielawcenter.com. Number 240-324-8222. I'll put it on there in case anyone has any questions. So I'm going to be coming on here to answer some questions. So if anyone has questions, send me a message and I can answer your question, and I'll come on live and just answer that question for everybody else's benefit, because others may have the same questions. Okay? So send a question, go to the website, send me a message, and we'll see what we can do to make sure that we stay sane. But the one thing you should remember, good afternoon, sis. Do not be frozen with fear. This is what they want. Okay? This is not the first time that America has detained people and deported people, but you don't really see it in any other administration where they have cameras following them, where the ICE agents have their phones with their cameras. It's a pattern of abuse. Okay? It's a way to scare you. It's a way to make you feel so debilitated that you don't function. Good evening, sis. How are you doing? It's a way to do that. Don't let them. Don't give that power away. Maintain who you are. Continue to do what you need to do. Okay? I've had people who are worried about sending their children to school. Your child needs to be educated. I'm not giving you legal advice because I can't. So this is not like an attorney-client conversation, right? Because I'm doing a public service announcement. But try as much as you can to live your natural and regular life. Just be careful. Okay? And do not be so scared that you are not able to function. Hey, Fode. So, I was going to say a young man, but he is my first ever intern at my law firm when he was still a young man, who is now an amazing attorney in Pennsylvania. Y'all may have seen him being interviewed by, I think, BBC, MSNBC maybe, or CNN. He has testified in front of the Senate on these issues. He's an amazing person who is so courageous and has been publicly speaking on being a DACA person and has not had any qualms and talking about the thing that we don't always feel comfortable talking about. And he's watching, and if, you know, everyone just give him a hand clap because he's doing the thing. And I'm so very proud of him, a Sierra Leonean who came here as a child had no choice because he was a child like I was, but doing so much with his life and giving back so much. So thank you for watching and being here. And we are going to make this work, and we're going to be happy again. But for the next 4 years, let's work together and create a space and a place for all of us as human beings to grow. So, question answered. Now I'm going in tangents like I always do. But if you have any questions, send them to me. I will be coming on here a little bit more, and I will be breaking down some of these immigration policies that keep coming out and that's confusing people. Okay? So anything you have a question of that you want me to break down, send me a message and we can start doing this and making it less stressful. Okay? All right, people. I appreciate your time, and have a good weekend. For those who are my Muslim brothers and sisters, Juma Mubarak, and I hope you've had a great Friday, and that the end to January is the beginning of better days tomorrow as we start Black History Month. And thank you, sis, you too. And starting tomorrow, 1st of February, I'm going to start coming on so we can understand what Black history really is and what Black America has had to do for us as Black immigrants to be here and be able to live the life that we are living. Regardless of the struggles that we're facing right now, we couldn't even fight this if not but for the struggles and the efforts and the sacrifices that have been made by Black America, the children and descendants of the enslaved people in this country, and so who built this country. So I'll be going into some discussions about that coming this February. 28 days. And as you all, well, not as you all know, some of you know, Ramadan starts on the 28th, right? So it'll be just right there before we get to that point. So thank you, everyone. And I will see y'all tomorrow, because I'm going to start tomorrow, February 1st. Black History Month starts. Love you guys, and I'll see y'all on the other side. Good night or good morning, depending on where you're watching from. And I'll see y'all. Bye, folks.